soft life starts with discipline. If you feel stuck, if you feel tired, or if you feel like your life is in general not moving ahead, sometimes the fix is not in doing anything more. Sometimes the fix is simply in removing things that are holding us back. Here is what I stopped doing to truly level up my life. The first thing I did, I stopped waiting for motivation. Motivation doesn't happen every single day. It's just like with our jobs, right? Sometimes you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna get to the office today for 7 and I'm going to complete this task and this one and this one and this one, and by noon I'll be done. And other days your alarm rings in the morning and you're like, oh my god, I did not ask to be born. Why am I in this world? Why is life so hard? It happens to the best of us. And so I realized each time I had something to do and I was waiting for myself to be motivated, I simply ended up not doing it. Does that happen to you? Am I alone on this? So I've realized I no longer have to wait for motivation. Waiting for a spark will never end. How long are you willing to wait for a spark? Waiting for a spark simply never works. Action should come first and motivation should follow. So that is my tagline, and that's what I want to communicate to you. Just act. Just act on it. Let the motivation come after you've initiated the move. I had to take off my glasses because we're getting serious here. The next thing that I stopped doing in order to level up, keeping away energy drainers from my life. You see those people who have consistently, day after day, month after month, year after year, consistently drained your energy. You have to keep those people out of your life. I did that and I feel like my life has transitioned into a better place. What actually is coming out from this energy you are consuming from these people? These are people that you genuinely are trying to help, but it constantly feels like you are being pulled backwards. We have to leave drainers behind. There's a saying that goes, you can take a horse to the water, but you cannot force it to drink water. Anything that is draining your energy, they gotta go. The next thing that helped me to level up, that I stopped doing in order to level up, is confusing being busy with being productive. Busy is not the same as productive. And honestly, I hate when this happens to me because I am so aware of the days that I get busy instead of productive, and it's so annoying because I can actually feel my time go away. Can actually tell that by the end of the next 1 hour, next 2 hours, I would probably not have completed something because of the lack of productivity. Busy felt like progress, but in reality it was not progress. So now I am focusing on the result itself, not the motion. I don't know if that makes sense. If you actually want to do something and you find that you're just busy, okay, you are tired and you're not seeing results, that's because you are not productive. In order for you to be productive, there has to be an end point. There has to be a result at a certain point in time. So maybe a good thing to do is to set a timeline for the activity so that you don't go about in circles over that activity and spending too much time on it. I am focusing on the result. I said I was going to do A, B, and C. Have I completed those tasks? I said I was going to film 2 YouTube videos by the end of the day. At the end of that day, did I film? It shouldn't be that, oh, I set up the cameras, I set up the perfect lighting. That simply makes you a busybody. You are not productive doing that because now you have everything set up. You have the perfect camera, perfect everything. You dressed up well, detail makeup well. There's no result. You were not productive. Focus on producing results and not focusing on the process. Next thing I stopped doing is leaving everything for the future me. There is this version of myself who is the future me that I want to become. That future me, there are things that I don't want that person to be doing in the future. I have stopped procrastinating and pushing everything that I need to do now to that future person, because I don't want to overburden that future person. I don't know if that makes sense. Procrastination is definitely a confidence killer. And I want to own my life today and not later. If you are pushing everything to the future, you're beginning to act like you know for sure that your life will be intact in the future, but that's something God took away from us. We don't know that. I watched a video. I don't know if you're a fan of the Kardashians or not. It doesn't matter. Just get a message out of it. Kim Kardashian went through law school and she failed her exam. She has kids. She has a lot of businesses. I saw a video of her sister, Courtney, asking why Kim is taking all this time instead of spending the time on her kids. She's spending it studying law. Why can't she not just wait out the law until the kids are big and then she can go study? And I listened to that, was like, do we really have time? The things that we can do today, why are we not doing them? We don't have to procrastinate. We don't have to postpone those things. We don't know. God forbid something happens, but you are walking now. You don't know if a vehicle will hit you tomorrow and you'll not have legs. Do the things that you can do with your legs today and be grateful to God and let that pass. Check that off your list. If you can, if you have the means, you have people around you to take care of some things, do the things that you can do. Besides, we are all aging. The energy that you have today at 30 is not going to be the same energy you have at 40. So saying you want to keep some things right now to do them in the future is totally honestly. In that context, for example, referring to the kids, it might be, yeah, it's a good thing to keep some things aside to raise the kids, but at a certain point in time, you can't just pause your entire life. I personally took off time from my channel because I had a baby and I wanted to be there at the early stages as the baby is growing. But occasionally I've come back and filmed my videos when I could. You have to own your life today and not later. So that's my message to you. I stopped trying to own my life tomorrow, because I don't know, will I even wake up tomorrow? Only God knows that. So I own my life today, act today, and the things that I'm totally unable to do today, I can do them tomorrow if God gives me a chance. Now let's move on to the fifth. Letting fear keep me comfortable. There are so many things that I have done in my life that if I was scared to get started, I don't even know how my life will look like. An immigrant in a completely different country, just relocating, moving to Canada was a big deal. Not having anybody here, not knowing anybody, that's something, if I let fear stop me, I would have never come here. Growth only happens when we step into discomfort. You have to stop letting fear make you too comfortable. So that's the sixth. Motivation, neglecting my appearance. When it comes to my appearance, there are a lot of things that I have changed. For example, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I did not used to do my nails. I have simply fallen in love with doing my nails, and right now I want them all done by myself. It makes me look good when I have them done. I have learned to know that looking good isn't vanity. It is honoring myself. So I honor myself by trying to look good, and that includes inner beauty. I have found my signature style. I think I've perfected the craft of who I am, how I want to look like physically and internally. I've mastered that and I'm confident with that and I am happy with it. Again, I mentioned vanity, and it's because sometimes when people invest in themselves, there are people in life who think that if you have nice things, then you are focusing on vanity, on worldly things. You can have both. You can enjoy this life with the best of what it has to offer and still have eternity. You can have both. Taking care of yourself, your appearance, does not necessarily mean buying expensive things. I do not wear like the popular brands. I wear like the cheapest things ever, but I have learned how to make them to fit my aesthetics, what works for me. So you have to find that for yourself. Make sure that you're honoring your appearance. You're honoring yourself. Comparing my journey. One thing I also stopped doing is comparing my journey to everyone else's. I stopped comparing my path to everyone's path. There are a lot of people that in life that have realized that we have a lot of things that intersect in different aspects of our lives, or like interests that can make you start to actually like dig too deep into the people. But I made a conscious decision to focus on me. And yeah, if there are intersections along the way, I appreciate them. We learn from each other, but I got to refocus. The path that God has in place for me, the path where I want to build for myself. My life is my own. Your life is your own. Don't mix it up with other people's lives. Your life is your own. Take control of it. Another thing that I stopped doing was I stopped explaining myself. Over explaining myself, I stopped justifying my decisions to everyone, and my energy is definitely too valuable. I value my energy so much that I am so particular about where this energy is invested. I also saw a post of someone who said you have to treat energy like your heart. Anything or anyone that does not invest in your energy should not benefit from your energy. And again, I understand God says we have to be good people, be there for people. You can be there for people and still lose yourself. I don't think God wants us to lose ourselves. God wants us to be in control of ourselves, of our energy. So invest the energy that you can invest, but make sure that you are investing your energy in you, because your life is your own. Your energy is too valuable. The next thing that I have stopped doing is not choosing myself first. This is very common to empaths. I am an empath. To be honest, I would normally consider what someone feels before I even start thinking of what I felt, or I would easily let go of something just so that another person can feel good about it, or if it makes them happy. I do choose me every single day and without apologies. What I realize is that these people that we choose over us, at the sound of a trumpet, they will pick themselves. At the blink of an eye, if something were to happen, they will choose themselves. I am still good to people. I will still consider people's feelings. I will make sure I'm doing the right thing, okay, treating people right, but I make sure I'm not losing me as I show up for other people. Finally, I choose me every single day, and you have to be unapologetic about it. Sharing plans prematurely. I stopped sharing my plans prematurely, and that has helped me a lot. The issues that I used to have because I overshared, those issues have indeed reduced. I move with my big dreams quietly, and I have learned to trust myself. I have learned to trust myself that if God gives me an idea, He knows that I can do it, and He's gonna help me to go through it. People don't need to weigh in into the things that I want to do, into my big dreams. Like seriously. I really do not need the way in. This is all I wanted to share, I believe. That said, if you watched up to this moment, automatically you've become a Zaria fan. You've joined the squad. These are just small shifts that completely changed my life. Remember, the soft life isn't just vibes. The soft life is really not just vibes. It is discipline. It is intentional choices. And if you want to become her, these are actually the first steps. And I encourage you to watch the video again and take the steps, because speaking from experience, if they worked for me, they are going to work for you. And I am sure, I am certain, I stand by it, that at the end, your soft life is going to come to life. You're going to be so disciplined, and you're going to level up because you stopped doing all of those things that are ruining your life and hindering your progress. You can let us know in the comment below what you learned from this video, if you did learn anything, or share with us anything that you are doing to level up. I'll be in the comments so I could also learn. And if you're not subscribed, please, we will be glad if you can join the squad. And if you didn't watch my previous video, I'm going to put a link to the video here in the description and also in the comment section for you to to check it out, and be sure to be back here real soon. I'll be glad to have you here back soon. See you in my next video.